Hey everybody, we're doing my continued shout out to the Animal Rescue League of Boston for the Christmas season. This is a great organization that does so much for homeless dogs, cats, and various other animals. I like to shout them out every Christmas and holiday season. I'm going to leave their link to their website down below. Please go check them out. If you can donate, please do. If you can't, that's perfectly fine. Just share the link if you can. Let's just try to see if we can help out some homeless pets this holiday season.
Watch it, Alan. I'm shooting.
Puppet Master. Everybody, say hello to Cooper. He's a good boy. I'm dog-sitting him at his house for the next week, so here we are. And with that, let's get on to the killer puppets. I love the Puppet Master series, or at the very least the first 5 movies in the franchise. When I was a kid, the Puppet Master series was my first obsession when it comes to horror. I was a Halloween fan growing up, but the Puppet Master series was my favorite franchise when I was a kid. Yeah, I definitely had this fascination with the Puppet Master series. I had even written some Puppet Master fan fiction when I was but a lad. A couple years ago, I actually went back and read some of my Puppet Master fan fiction, and as I was reading it, I thought, oh god, this is awful. I like to think that I have improved since then. At least I hope I've improved since then. But yet reading my old Puppet Master fan fiction, all I can think is, this is bad. But anyway, I have a soft spot for the Puppet Master franchise, and I just wanted to talk about the series. So today I'm focusing on the first movie. I will be talking about the sequels in the future. There are a lot of them, but we will get to them. But today, we're looking at the movie that started it all. Puppet Master is the poster child of Full Moon Entertainment, created by Charles Band. Before that, he ran Empire International Pictures. This is the production company that gave us movies like Ghoulies, Reanimator, and The Beyond. But sadly, this company eventually collapsed, so Charles Band moved on from that, and then made Full Moon Entertainment, which was originally sort of an offshoot of Paramount Pictures, or at least under the umbrella of Paramount Pictures. Back to Puppet Master, the movie opens at the Bodega Bay Inn in 1939. The timeline of this series is a bit all over the place, but we have this man named Andre Toulon who has learned how to give life to his puppets.
They're coming. Don't worry. I'll take care of you.
We get a fun opening scene with the puppet Blade running around the hotel. We get some decent point-of-view shots of him running around furniture and through people's feet. But we learn that Andre Toulon has been targeted by the Nazis. They want to learn the secret that gives his puppets life. So in order to protect his secret, Andre Toulon shoots himself. Flash forward to present day. A man named Neil Gallagher has bought the abandoned Bodega Bay Inn, and shortly after that, he is now dead. Now, he is colleagues with a group of psychics, and the psychics have been summoned to the Bodega Bay Inn for his funeral. But we also learn that Gallagher was trying to find the secret of the old puppet master, and this group of psychics is now trying to figure out the secret. As they go about their business in the hotel, the puppets are running around killing the psychics. And we learn that not all is as it seems. The story is a bit wonky, but it's a lot of fun. I'll admit that Puppet Master 1 is not my favorite movie in the series. That would be Puppet Master 2, followed very closely by Puppet Master 3. Those two movies are fantastic, I think. But I do enjoy the first Puppet Master. One of the things I like about the Puppet Master series is that the puppets are not the only supernatural thing in those movies. Freddy Krueger is the only dream demon in his movies. Jason is the only zombie killer in his movies. Michael Myers is the only whatever the hell he's supposed to be in his movies. It changes so much. There's so many different timelines. We have no idea what he is anymore. In the Child's Play series, it has expanded, but at least in the first 3 movies, Chucky was the only possessed supernatural doll.
Don't fuck with the Chuck!
But in the Puppet Master series, we have psychics, we have sorcerers, we have demon lords. I appreciate how, in these movies, yes, the puppets are the focus, but it is acknowledged that there is other supernatural stuff in this universe. So in the first movie, we have some psychics. And this is a good group to follow throughout the film. It's not just your typical teenagers or young adults going somewhere to get killed. They are psychics, and they have a reason for being there. They're trying to find out what Gallagher learned about the Puppet Master. And the psychics each have their own powers. You have Alex, the main character, who can dream about things to come. You have the character Donna, who is able to see the future. I guess her and Alex sort of have similar powers. You have one guy who can read minds, and you have a woman who can touch an object and learn that object's history. This makes for some rather steamy moments.
Oh my God, Frankie.
What?
This is a movie star bed.
Not now, Carissa.
No, really.
I like most of the psychics in this movie. They are an entertaining group to watch. My favorite of the human characters is Donna, played by Irene Miracle. We Italian horror fans would recognize her from Dario Argento's Inferno. She has the most personality in this movie, and she is a bitch. I can call her that. That's what she says she is.
I'm not a cynic, Frank.
I prefer to think of myself as a nasty bitch.
That's enough, Dana.
Fuck you, you Ivy League tight ass.
While I don't like it when every character in a horror movie is an unlikable douchebag, it can work when you make them interesting and entertaining. It's not that you have assholes in your horror movies, is that the assholes are just boring and unlikable, but you can make them entertaining and interesting assholes. That's the case with Donna. She is the human character that has the personality, and she's fun to watch.
What are you doing?
I'm cleaning your etheric body.
What?
This will protect you. Listen to me. You are in great danger. Do not go near the fireplace, whatever you do.
Why?
The weakest character in the movie is the main character, Alex. And I say that because he's a psychic. He has these dreams of things to come. you can make this character interesting, but they make him so stiff. He is a serviceable main character. We don't dislike watching him, but they could have done more with this guy or give him a little more of a personality.
What about you? What do you do?
I dream.
Everybody dreams.
Sure, but not about things to come.
I mean, we don't mind following him. He's a good guy. He's trying to do the right thing. You have Gallagher's widow who is a little stiff as well, but she's the outsider of the group. She's the normal person watching these psychics, so you understand where she's coming from. But Alex is a psychic, and this character is just so stiff. If they just added a little more to his character, did a little more with him, I think it would have improved the character a lot.
I had this dream, and I came here to make sure it didn't come true.
As much as I love the Puppet Master series, I will admit that the first movie is not the best movie in the franchise. It is good and it is entertaining, but it's not the best movie in the series. You know where things are going, but it's messy getting there. There are scenes that are unnecessarily repeated, and there are things that are set up that don't go anywhere. The best example of this is the maid, Teresa. Mild spoiler here, but again, this doesn't go anywhere.
Oh. Got you a mighty dog.
Teresa is the maid. She is helping out the widow Gallagher. She's tending to the guests. She is definitely an outsider to this whole thing. She thinks the psychics are a bunch of weirdos. And we eventually get her death scene, and it's a good death scene. There's a decent build-up, there's a good payoff, we get some good blood splatter. There's some good imagery in her death scene. But she comes back later on in the film, seemingly back from the dead.
Don't touch the bunny.
And that's about it. We never see her again. What's the point in killing off a character, bringing that character back, and then not doing anything with that character after that? That just makes no sense to me. There are little hiccups here and there, but this is not a bad movie. It is a good movie. It almost drops the ball at certain points, but overall it does succeed. It just kind of juggles the ball a little as it's getting there. But then we have the scene stealers, the puppets. I love these little bastards. We get 5 puppets in this movie, 6 if you count the guy at the beginning, but he doesn't really do much. And I love the variety. Each puppet has their own unique look and their own thing. And each design is appealing. There's a simplicity to these designs that helps with their appeal. We've got Jester, we got Leechwoman, we got Tunneler, we got Pinhead, and then we got my main man, Blade. Each puppet has their own method of killing, which allows for variety in the kills. Now, let's look at Leechwoman. I like Leechwoman. Her kills and her big scene in this movie is gross and nasty, but in a fun way. But Leechwoman is the most inefficient killer. But don't get me wrong, it's a good kill, it's a good scene, and like I said, it's that fun kind of gross-out thing that you like in horror movies. But the fact of the matter is, it takes her so long to spit these poison leeches out, and the person has to be restrained. It could have been done maybe in a faster way, but I do appreciate that they show all the disgusting details and how she vomits up these leeches. Then we got Pinhead, which is, he's like in my top 3 puppets of this franchise. And he's the muscle of the group. He's all about that blunt force trauma. Then we have Tunler. I love Tunler as well. I love all these puppets pretty much, but Tunler is probably the most efficient killer throughout this franchise, and he does get some time to shine in this movie. I don't want to spoil his kill because I do think it's the best kill of the movie, but it's a great scene. And then we have Blade. He is, without question, my favorite puppet in the franchise. He's many people's favorite puppet in the franchise. He's the poster child. He's the face of this franchise. But I love Blade. You know, he's got a blade for one hand, a hook for another, so he's a very efficient killer. And he has some good moments in the first film, and he has a lot of great moments throughout the series. And I admire the puppetry in this movie. The puppets are brought to life through puppetry, obviously, and stop-motion animation. We do get some good stop-motion animation in the first movie, but I think there is better stop-motion animation in the second movie, which we will talk about that eventually. These movies were made with small budgets. Now, some of them had bigger budgets than others, but these films didn't have particularly large budgets, especially for the stuff they were trying to do with the puppetry and the stop-motion animation. So there are little rough patches here and there when it comes to the puppetry, but I still admire it. Like, these filmmakers did so much to bring these puppets to life. The first Puppet Master may not be my favorite movie in the franchise, but I do have a soft spot for the first Puppet Master. There is a lot of nostalgia in this movie. I have a lot of nostalgia for the whole series, so yeah. I admit I am a slave to nostalgia when it comes to the Puppet Master series. I will always be a die-hard Puppet Master fan, and I do plan on talking about the other movies in the future. Not all at once, though. There's like 15 movies in this franchise. But I do want to talk about the rest of the Puppet Master franchise. And with that, let's get to the Grindhouse rankings. We've got a body count of 6. The kills consist of, but are not limited to, drills to the face, slit throats, being bludgeoned to death, and death by leeches. There's a little nudity in this flick, but not much. The main character, Alex, is serviceable, but he could have been more interesting. The side characters are far more entertaining. They keep us interested between the puppet action. There are a couple plot points that don't go anywhere, but they don't ruin the movie. I do like the plot of this film. I like how we get psychics as well as living puppets. Speaking of puppets, they steal the whole show. I love the design of each character, and we get a decent variety in kills due to each puppet having their own methods. I'm giving this a 3.9 out of 5. While I do like some of the sequels more, I still have a soft spot for the first Puppet Master. As always, I want to thank all of you for continuing to watch and support this channel. Please leave a comment down below. Let me know how many Puppet Master fans we have here. This is the Maniac and Cooper, here to remind you that the Grindhouse will never die. He's a good boy.